Nostradamus not only predicts the Third World War, but he even predicts when and where it will begin and who will be fighting. He tells us, too, how long the war will last and who will survive. Well, first we ask, when? In one quatrain, he tells us that the war will begin when the Sun, Mars, and Mercury conjunct in the sign of Aquarius, and this conjunction is an infrequent one. It happens again in 1994. So this could be the year in which the Third World War begins. In another quatrain, he gives us an actual date when the war will be well underway.
In the year 1999 and 7 months, from the sky will come the great king of terror. He will bring back to life the king of the Mongols. Before and after war reign. Out of the country of Greater Arabia shall be born a strong master of Mohammedan law. This king will enter Europe wearing a blue turban. He is one that shall cause the infernal gods of Hannibal to live again. He will be the terror of mankind, never more horror.
This king, this warlord, Nostradamus says, will wage war against the West. When? Well, starting between 1994 and 1999. Where? From the Middle East, an invasion of Europe spreading across the entire world. A war led by a great king of terror, a third Antichrist after Napoleon, after Hitler. A leader so terrible, he will bring the world, according to Nostradamus, face to face with final annihilation.
From Persia, from Greater Arabia, from the kingdom of Mohammed.
$850 in a new place, and that's enough. The bid is yours. I'm done at $850.
In April of 2007, people from around the world bid on a rare collection of Nostradamus books and papers at an auction in New York City. The lot sells for an estimated $200,000. This makes it all the more astonishing that the lost book manuscript has gone relatively unnoticed and undetected for so many centuries. In 1503, an ordinary man with an extraordinary destiny is born in a small town in southern France. Today, more than 500 years later, the name Nostradamus is revered by thousands of people all over the world. And now, lying quietly in a library in Rome, a manuscript with his name on it has been discovered. A cryptic codex of bizarre imagery and countless prophecies, now revealed for the first time on television. Among them, a startling prediction of when and how the world will come to an end.
We know that Nostradamus knew that the occult symbol, the secret sign, was the center of the galaxy in the night sky. So he used that as his marker. It's like the hours on the clock. They're just telling you what time it is.
Earth-shaking fires from the world's center roar. Around New City is the Earth Aquiver. Two nobles long shall wage a fruitless war. The nymph of springs pour forth the new red river.
One of the great paradoxes of mankind is that the most violent conflicts have always stemmed from opposing beliefs about God. A recent rise in religious fundamentalism has spawned random and deadly acts of terrorism that are striking with increasing frequency and ferocity. There are drawings in the Lost Book that point to the clashes at the very heart of this climate of bitter hatred and mass murder. Some experts equate the Lost Book's predictions to the Church's embarrassing scandals of recent years. In 2006, Pope Benedict XVI is criticized for making what Muslims say is a prejudiced remark about the Prophet Muhammad. The Church is under fire by some groups for opposing abortion and gay marriage. And in July of 2007, the Catholic Archdiocese of Los Angeles, California, agrees to pay a record $660 million to alleged victims of sexual abuse by priests.
This is a very interesting watercolor because there's a lot of symbolism at play here. First, we have the serpent, which to me represents everything that is evil. And we have a dagger in his head in the shape of a cross. And around the mouth of the serpent, we have a crescent moon. The crescent moon represents Islam. So I think that this probably references future trouble for Christianity, probably presented to it by the Muslims.
Nostradamus was pointing to this time period as the time period in which the Great Islamic Crusade breaks out, in which there are ecological disasters, in which there's biological disasters, and they're all tied together. And the theme is the Great Islamic Crusade, the last conflict between Christianity and Islam.
This is the seminal moment in human history. We're at the end of history. We're at the beginning of a whole completely new time period that's just emerging right now.
There's the theme of his three antichrists, Napoleon being the first, Hitler being the second. His third antichrist appears to be a Muslim from an Asian nation.
Nostradamus's references to a third Antichrist imply an evolution through time of this ultimate incarnation of evil.